Finally, on this last page, we come to what's called the change of base formula. So this is the formula that we want to use when we want to calculate on a calculator the log for any base. So if you remember, on a calculator, most calculators only have either the common log base 10 or the natural log base e. So if say I have log base 2 or log base 3, you can't calculate it directly using these two operations. So what we do is, when we have a different base, we can change it to either the natural log or the common log. And the way the change of base formula goes is this. Right, so this thing goes on top, and then the base goes on the bottom. And it doesn't actually matter whether you use the natural log or the common log, right? So you separate it into a fraction of logs, and again, this thing becomes a log on top, and then the base becomes a log on the bottom. So let's see how the change of base formula works. Right, so again, say I'm trying to calculate log base 8 of 32. Right, so if I use the natural log, right, so the 32 becomes a log on top, and the 8 becomes a natural log on the bottom. And so I would enter it into the calculator as natural log of 32 divided by natural log of 8. And we see we have 1.66666 repeating, which is about 1.667. It's the same thing as 5/3, right? And then you can check by doing the exponential form. So if you remember, it's base to this thing should get you this thing. Right? So 8 to the 5/3 power gives me 32, which is exactly what we want. And again, it doesn't matter whether you use the natural log or the common log, right? So see if I do the same calculation, but with the common log, it comes out to the same thing. I usually just prefer to use the the natural log. Okay, so let's look at the other example. So we just repeat the same thing, right? So this goes into a natural log on top, and this goes into a natural log on the bottom. So we calculate natural log of 1 divided by natural log of 3 is equal to 0. And again, we check. So 3 to the 0 is equal to 1. Actually, this one we didn't even need to use the calculator, right? Because the rule is that no matter what the base, the log of 1 is always equal to 0. Because anything to the 0 power is equal to 1. Okay, so let's calculate the other ones. Okay, so again, this we want to be an ln on top, and then this we want to be an ln on the bottom. So writing it out, it becomes natural log of 24 over natural log of 6. So we just punch it into the calculator. Natural log of 24 divided by natural log of 6. It's about 1.774. Let's round to 3 decimal places. So again, you can check. Right, so the base raised to this power should give you this thing. 6, so 1.774. So obviously it's not going to be exact this time because I rounded. So 6 to the 1.774. See, it's about 24. Again, it's a little bit off because we rounded, but when you do the calculation, it should come out to be what you want. Okay, and then finally, last one again, this becomes an ln on top. This becomes an ln on the bottom. So I write it out, natural log of 10 over natural log of 3. So what do we get? Natural log of 10 divided by natural log of 3. It's about 2.096. And again, you can check 3 to the 2.096. Again, it's about 10, which is what we want. Okay, so that's how you use the change of base formula.